This episode of the Darksided Week in Review is powered by Aorus. Check out the powerful and stylish Aorus Z270X gaming motherboard at aorus.com.
Starting off the week here at Darksided, we had our Street Fighter player Somniac wrap up the Gfinity Competitors Cup with a total of 13 wins. Within his G points, he was double the amount of second place. That's huge for him coming into the Elite Series, which is just around the corner. We've been away from Counter-Strike for quite a while now, but we're really excited to announce that we're back in Counter-Strike with an Elite roster. The roster consists of Andy, Void, SK, Noisier, and the man himself, James. The very next day, the guys were competing in that opening match underneath Darksided, and this was in the Cybergamer Premier League. They're up against Avant Gaming, which looked to be a pretty good matchup, but we walked away with both of the wins, both competing on an overpass. We also walked away with two aces, one from James and one from Noisier.
James on the site will find Raz, that's 3. Will he find a 4th coming up? He's behind Disco and he'll find 4. Will he get 5? James just misses it. Will he get a second? He does! James gets the ace to finish off our first round of overpass.
After that win against Avant Gaming, the very next day they were straight back into it against Greyhound Gaming in the Let's Play Live Alpha CSGO tournament. They dropped with a really rough match. 16-1, which is kind of hard to watch, but we're really proud of them because they pulled it back together, went to compete in the ESEA the very same night, and took down Sea Dogs with a solid 16-8 scoreline, so we're really proud of them for that. It's been a bumpy roller coaster for the Rainbow Six Siege team during this ESL ANZ Cup. They had their final match in the league play against the Team Equinox and took them down 2-1. Some pretty close matches due to a little bit of problems with the roster changes, but they pulled it together, went away with the win.
The second they would drop Jack Daddy still has one more shockwire to keep on bandit tricking in. Oh, the C4 double kill actually from Spaz. Nicely done on that pre-play C4. That worked like a charm.
Coming into the semi-finals, we actually looked really strong because we had Nico back in action, computer fixed, everything. Roster was looking solid. Finally had a core roster after weeks and weeks of no core roster. But coming into it, we had to go against SYF Gaming. We took them down 2-1. Wow, it was crazy. To be honest, we were really skeptical about this one because it had been looking rough recently, but we're really proud of the guys for pulling through. Now, the grand final. Mindfreak versus Darksided. The matchup pretty much everyone expected in a way on paper, and they thought it was going to be a pretty amazing match, but sadly the guys couldn't pull it off. They had a pretty rough match against Mindfreak, and props to Mindfreak for putting all that hard work up to the Invitational, coming back after a pretty rough week for them and taking us down. Really good work to them. But for our guys, we're really proud of the work they've done with the roster changes, with the problems, pulling it together and coming off with a second place finish. Coming into the Pro League, we're looking pretty strong. We're really excited to see the guys competing again, especially with some more time to put the core roster together, work together, and get on with it. So good luck, guys. We're really rooting for you. On top of all the announcements that have come out this week, the one that stands out the most to me has to be the announcement of our League of Legends Oceanic Challenger Series spot. This is massive for us. We've never had anything like this before, and for us to enter League of Legends is something astonishing for us. Now, there's not much we can say on the Oceanic Challenger Series spot at the moment because there isn't much information for us to provide you guys with. As for rosters and for coaching stuff, that's something we're going to sort out over the next few days and coming weeks, release it to you guys, and give you guys a chance to see what Darksided is going to be like coming into the OCS. Look out for us because this is going to be massive for us this year. In terms of match results this week for Darksided, they've been really good. To top things off, the Rocket League team competed in the RLCS qualifiers, taking down pretty much anyone that came in their way. They didn't drop a single match. So they're now being pushed into the top 16 qualifier, where they'll then qualify for the top 8 qualifiers. Now, coming into that is going to be a bit nervous because we've got a couple big teams that actually didn't get direct invites that we may have to encounter through our ways. So keep your eyes out this coming week because it's going to be a pretty big week for the Rocket League team. For some of those that don't know, the Darksided podcast is coming up this Monday. Now, it's at 7 PM on twitch.tv/Darksided. If you missed the last episode, it will be released on our YouTube channel, iTunes, and Twitch VODs, probably by the time this video comes up.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Sort of like at the start of the year, I felt like I'd accomplished a lot of my goals, or like most of my goals, because I got in first on the OzPR. I'd been number 1 in Victoria for like almost a year and a half at that point. So I was just kind of like thinking, like, where do I go from here?
Now, before I wrap up this video, I want to welcome back Waz. Waz is a fighting game player for Darksided. We've re-signed with him for 3 international events this year. This is huge for him, and we're really excited to see him prevail through these events. If you missed the announcement over on our Twitter video, it's right here. Otherwise, we'll link it down below. Check it out, welcome him back, and we look forward to the year ahead. Well, with that being said, that wraps up this week of Darksided's Week in Review. Keep up to date with everything via our Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all links are down below. And if you can't keep up to date, we'll be back the same time next week with another episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.